Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're going to be watching more of The Walking Dead today.
Okay.
Storm here.
Mom here.
Kimmy here.
We're on episode 10 of season 5.
Oh, wow. Moving along.
Yeah.
Yes. And we had a very sad episode last time.
Oh, yes.
Tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
Tremendously sad.
Yeah,
Tyrese.
Yes, poor Tyrese.
Yes.
Died. Oh,
Yeah, and that was very awful. I know we were all
It
very
was
upset about that. And Noah finding out about his family.
Oh, that was sad, too.
I know
Yeah.
it. He just
Poor
broke
Noah, yeah.
down.
Yeah.
He had such hopes.
I know, and he was so positive, too. Like, no matter... He had all these bad things happen to him, and to try to see the better, like be forgiving at least, and move on from there. Yeah. You know, he said he had to, because what else do you have? Like, you're going to have hate in your heart, you're going to be revengeful, you know, and you're in an apocalypse. Like, you have to let it go and move on from there. And Carol had her reasons. Yep. Doesn't make it right, but, you know, he was such a sweet guy, and here Martin's like, people like you always die, and it makes me upset that, yeah, he was right.
I know it, I know, but, you know, you have to be who you are. You have to be true to yourself as well.
Yeah.
You know, you can't move along. Yes, you have to move along and you have to adapt, but still, being yourself, you know, is the only way to go. You can't be someone else, but...
I know, and it's like, sweet guys never make it. Game of Thrones, no. Yeah, so I'm very sad to see him go, and right after Beth, too, because she was such a sweetheart as well. Right. And she was getting really tough, too. Like, she was smart and knew how to handle a lot of
in her mind, very
situations.
Intelligent,
Yeah. So very sad to see two main characters go like that. And on a positive note, we've been having a lot of questions from fans asking what characters we like the most. Okay. And we were talking about that during setup. And Mom, I'll let you go first.
Okay.
Who are your favorite 3 characters?
Daryl, Michonne, and Carol. I can go on.
Yes, I know. They're all really good.
That's mine.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyrese was one of my top favorite, too.
Yeah, and usually when we watch shows, like, we'll be a little different on who we like. Yeah. But I'm kind of the same, too, where I like Daryl first, then Michonne, Carol, then Rick. But everyone else is right there, and I feel like I have to defend like Maggie and Glenn because I love them too. And you said you love Herschel too. I did too. Like he was great, and I'm sad to see him go. He was like a great father figure in the show. I thought very loving
man. Great advisor to Rick.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he's the hand of the king. That's right. But Mom was saying that the reason why she likes Daryl so much, which we can all agree, is a lot of character development with him.
Definitely.
Where Carol was like, you were like a child in the beginning, and now you're a man. And he was very scary in the beginning. He was more like his brother Merle. Definitely, like he was very hot-headed and aggressive and mean towards everyone. Mm-hmm. Oh, he always said like really mean things to everyone in that camp, and just had a temper, and then was on his own a lot too.
Come a long ways.
Yeah,
he has, and he speaks his mind, but he's level-headed now. Mm-hmm. He's not so hot-headed.
Definitely.
And he's level-headed, and he talks to Rick as almost like his new advisor now.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
brothers.
He's right up there. He's a leader in his own right.
Yeah, and Michonne, I really enjoy her character so much.
To make Carl smile and just snicker a little bit.
She's so caring. She's tough and so caring.
And then cut off a whole bunch of walkers' heads at the same moment. It's like, with
a samurai sword.
Oh, God,
she's like epic. I love so many things about her, and learning about her past a little bit. And she had a child, and she lost so much as well, and it really got to her. Like, she's a very compassionate person. And when we were first introduced to her, she was very quiet. We didn't know how to take her at first because she wouldn't say anything. And we would only hear her say a few things to Andrea. And then we got to know her more. Definitely. And she's a very awesome character as well.
Sure and look, this is a hell for everyone. And everyone deals with hell differently.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
And she was quiet. She didn't trust anyone.
Yeah. So I know we covered a lot of things last episode, last review. So shall we just get into this?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. Last episode was called What Happened and What's Going On. I like titles like that. It's very like literal. All right. So we're watching on Netflix, 5:10. God, you can't even mourn.
I know.
Behind you.
She knows.
Yeah.
Ew, 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 ew. Gotta do what you gotta do. Protein.
Good protein, that's right.
What about frogs? Kim's nightmare.
Yeah.
But they're dead.
It all went belly up.
It's been a day and a half. They didn't find any either.
Oh, Judith.
We're not at our strongest.
No.
I know you lost something back there. I'm gonna head out. Don't be too long.
I'll go with you.
Yeah, I got it.
You gonna stop me?
I used to joke these things were leftovers from the days of hair shirts. If you ever want to talk about your father or about Beth.
Please stop. You were there to save your flock, right? But you didn't.
Oh.
You hid.
He has to live with that the rest of his life.
Yeah, so she sees him for who he
Oh, yeah.
was.
Yeah.
God, just the dead behind you and they're
Yeah,
slowly
like the
walking.
Surprised
What a
Eugene's in the back.
contrast.
I wouldn't trust
Can I
that.
go
lack
front
thereof.
so you guys can guard me?
I like Abraham too.
I wouldn't
He's
trust
fun.
that.
Yeah.
Your brother was pissed too. It made him stupid. We are not the same. Anything?
It's too dry. There ain't nothing here.
Maybe we should start back.
You go.
It was hers.
Uh-huh.
I know you. We're different. I can't let myself. You have to let yourself feel it.
I'm so guarded.
Let it out.
Aw.
Yeah. Have a good cry.
What's their plan? Push him overboard? Don't really
Careful.
fall in there.
No.
One down.
Good push.
Hello, you. Oh,
But not Sasha.
Oh, no.
Sasha. She's got to get it out of her system. See?
Oh my gosh. Oh, Christ.
I hate. Whoa!
No.
Oh, no, no, no!
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
That was close. Watch out!
Whoa,
There's a guy there.
Watch it.
Oh, no! Yeah, she needs to step aside. Abraham got nicked.
Yeah, by her freaking zombie knife.
Well, that was a good plan.
Got another like more tired. Thanks, Sasha.
Way out in the woods. Circle back.
Yeah, come with.
No. I'm just me.
There you go, jump scare.
Oh. Oh, hello.
Oh, tied up.
Serial killer's
Wow,
car.
so someone kidnapped her, took her, and tied her up in her own car. Oh, it's stuck?
Don't waste your bullets.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, it's me so loud.
Don't tell me someone's going to eat that.
Daryl's just gonna eat everything he sees. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, my.
Just the spine.
What's that?
Just me.
It's Uncle Daryl.
When all else fails.
So all we found was booze?
What's that? A horse? Oh, dogs. Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Are they the wolves?
Oh, look at that.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, not
People
good.
have these dogs. Holy crap almighty.
Oh, God. See?
Sasha, honey.
God, we had to, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was quick. She was accurate, very
Yeah.
accurate.
Good idea.
Yeah, I gotta eat. Oh, the collar.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that is really tough, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
You are.
Then you won't.
yeah,
Right in front of her. She's realizing what she said to him changed his mind too.
mm-hmm.
I never thought she was alive. I just didn't. After Daddy, I don't know. Seeing her like that, it made it feel like none of it was ever really there.
We fought to be here. We have to keep fighting.
The way you're going, here was gonna make things worse.
We're not friends.
I'll drink to that.
We can make it together. But we can only make it together.
Don't go there by yourself.
I know. I
Oh,
want to always
yeah.
like go separate.
Mm-hmm.
Looks too welcoming. I don't like this.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's gonna get you from behind.
Ah.
Oh, honey.
Oh my
What's he
God.
doing that for?
She's
To
not
feel
feeling.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess so.
Don't start a fire.
I should have on fire now.
I know. I just a drought. So it's like.
That's good. You needed to
You
do
needed to
that.
get that out.
Yeah, she was so innocent.
Yeah.
I, for one, would like to think it is indeed from a friend.
It is not.
If it is,
I know.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like,
Totally not.
what do you do?
Setting you up.
Nobody just gives water like that. Don't. It could be poison. Keep going.
Oh, gosh.
Open your mouth.
Yay.
Yay.
Look at her showing how happy
You
she
can empty
is.
those bottles out and hold them up, right?
That's
Get
right.
those bottles.
That's your friend there.
Everyone.
I'm sorry, my lord.
Everybody, get the bags.
Anything you can find.
Dump out the bottles and refill them with the rain.
Yeah, I was wondering. Whoa, that must
Big
have,
thunderstorm.
that doesn't look good.
Yeah. I hope it doesn't have a thing on it saying from a friend.
Yeah, that's true.
Bible.
Oh, boy. Maybe no
people can't
bullets.
give up. Like us.
That's right. Good words to Carol. Short and sweet to her.
That's right.
One sip for you.
He's like, huh?
Yeah.
Drinking buddy?
I used to feel sorry for kids that have to grow up now.
Mm.
And this. Growing up is getting used to the world. This is what we have to live with. I asked my grandpa once if he ever killed any Germans in the war. Every day he woke up, told himself, rest in peace. Now get up and go to war.
Mm.
We do what we need to do, and then we get to live. We tell ourselves that we are the walking dead.
What? Playing words.
Yeah.
We ain't them.
Eat them.
We're not.
No.
We ain't them.
Damn.
Holy
crap.
I was gonna say, is something gonna happen now?
Oh man, tighten it up, baby.
That's not gonna do.
Spin it around. And that's a very weak doors.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's not gonna do.
Don't give up.
Oh,
Sasha's gonna get up.
out
The three
there.
that were having a problem. All together. Gotta do it together. Yeah, hold it up all night
Boy.
in this
Oh,
terrible
God.
storm. Oh, he even has to
baby
put her
girl.
down.
Oh, careful.
Honey, if your brother doesn't help, you're gonna be gone.
Oh, this is really.
You should get some sleep.
He was tough. So was she.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know it, but she was. The gearbox had some grit in it.
Thank you.
It's a miracle the freaking barn's up.
Luckily, the tree.
Oh my God.
Luckily,
Oh my God.
Yeah,
You got a tornado went through.
Yeah.
the
And
trail.
it didn't even freaking touch the barn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we heard that loud rush
I was
of wind.
wondering
Yeah.
how they got rid of them all after the storm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. See, guys? Every single one of them.
Why are we here? For this. Noah, that kid, he said he didn't know if he can make it. That's how I feel. Daryl fixed it.
Hey,
Uh-oh. Who are you?
I
You're a
didn't
weirdo.
mean to interrupt. Good morning.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
What do you do to people?
I'd like to talk to the person in charge.
Yes.
Oh,
Rick,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
How does he know that?
Why?
Bad
Pay
timing.
attention.
no.
Pay attention to that.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah, don't
I
pay
mean-
attention to that. Oh my gosh.
What does that mean?
How does he
Now.
know?
That's right.
New person, who dis?
Oh, wow, yes.
What do you think?
And he's
Beware.
all dressed
All I'm
nice.
going to say is
He's got a little
beware.
compound
Yeah.
Another
with
governor?
Barbie,
Yeah, that's
with
right.
another terminus.
That's right. Thank
Woodbury
Feeling a
terminus.
little hungry.
God. I don't trust that.
Never, you can't.
The red flag goes up.
That's what's so hard. It just makes you even more paranoid.
No.
And
Oh my God.
Wow.
so immediately,
Yeah. No one
no
leaves
way.
water in the middle of a road.
That's right,
Says
yeah.
from a friend.
I
mean,
know.
come
What
on.
do you do with that? That's what's so. I don't
It's
want to
too
say fun.
creepy.
It's
That's
terrible,
right.
but it's really interesting. Like, what do you do?
That's
Yeah,
right.
you
What
don't
do
do
you
what
do?
Eugene was doing, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's so desperate.
Come
You're
on.
dying of thirst,
Yes.
like literally dying because you
Yes.
haven't had
That's
anything
right,
to drink in a
yes.
long
And I
time.
think he's the weakest person to just give up and just,
Yeah.
go with the flow. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
God, I tell you.
You know, and honestly, too, I was surprised to see Abraham knock it out of his hand, too, because he was all about killing him before. He was so angry that he lied,
Yes.
and he
That's
was the
right,
first
yeah,
to protect him
definitely,
there.
Yep.
So, and
Yeah.
he was the
Don't
first
do
to
it.
immediately react.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And Eugene
Right.
is so...
He's had a lot to reflect on, too.
Yes,
Mhm.
my gosh,
Yeah, all of them. I like how we spent a lot of time on many of the characters.
Yes,
and
especially
how
the
they're
ones,
coping.
Definitely.
yeah, and how
dealing.
they're mourning in their own way,
That's
and
right, they are.
Sasha's she's having a very hard time.
Yeah.
Definitely,
I mean, she
yeah.
recently lost Bob, and she lost her brother.
That's right.
I mean, everyone again lost everyone before, or like right
Right.
during the beginning of the apocalypse, and then here, that already is hard enough, and then now it's so fresh.
It is,
That's right,
and then you have
definitely, yeah.
Maggie and Daryl, mourning the same person.
Yes.
And it's just
Yeah.
so sad how they just
Aw,
do
yeah.
not want to talk about it.
Yeah. And they gave up. Like, Maggie gave
They
up,
did,
too, at
yeah,
one point to
she
Glenn.
did.
She's like, I don't know if I can go on. I don't know.
Right.
What's
Yeah.
the point? She didn't say what's the point, but it kind of makes you think, what is the point?
Yes.
And then Daryl, like,
Being
he's
so numb. He was so numb. until-
even burning
Yeah,
himself.
so-
I mean,
yeah,
he had a lot
yeah,
of
see,
abuse as a
yeah,
kid, and
yeah.
but still, like, he was just so upset, and he tries to hold everything in,
That's
and he
right.
was just so he
had
shut
a-
it out, because
Yeah,
he
had
couldn't
a
deal
good
with it.
cry.
And I'm so glad that Carol, you know, talked to him on the side. Because she knows how he is and how he copes. And, you know, she just went to him on the side and said, it's okay. You need to let it go. You need to release something.
Yeah. Like,
and how perfect when he sees the house, you know.
I know.
The shack.
It reminded him of the cabin him and Beth were in. And he needed that moment of peace just to remember and then feel it. And that was good that he let it out. Good. Yeah, it's so sad. Again, like we're all very upset about Beth because you just never know. You know, it could be anyone that could die.
That's for sure.
And it's really sad. She was so innocent and pure, you know, and she was. And even Daryl saying to Maggie, like, you know, she didn't know, or she's tough, you know. Like he respected that. He thought that she definitely had it in her to survive.
Oh, sure.
She did.
Definitely.
She did.
And she was going to be even better down the road. But yeah, and then seeing Maggie and Sasha really losing it like that, I can't even imagine. Like, people cope in different ways, but she really got reckless. And she was similar to Tyrese, because remember, he really was crazy when Karen died, and he was just in a rage and just going after walkers.
And she's insisting that she's not like him at all.
She's very stubborn,
But Michonne's like, no, you're still handling it the same way.
Yeah.
You know, and Michonne really had to, you know, reel her in and say, no, you need to stop when all those walkers were coming. And they had a perfect plan to make it an easy, least amount of energy on anyone. But
how great was that? Like, timing was perfect
on them, you know.
Yeah, and then everyone has to get in on it, you know, because now it's all chaos. So thanks. But luckily they were okay after that. I do have to mention it was so fast when it happened. But Sasha, she had a bloody knife that she already stabbed walkers with, and then she freaking cut Abraham, and he had an open wound. That bugged me. The first time I saw this, I freaked out, and I'm like,
is he going to?
What does that mean? You get bit by a walker, like you're getting fresh blood from a walker you just stabbed in a few seconds and hit him. Like, does that do anything?
Yeah.
So, anyways, I just wanted to throw that in there because that really scared me the first time, you know.
And beware of that new person.
That friend.
He's all dressed in nice clothing.
Right. What does that mean? He's got a nice compound somewhere that.
Yeah.
And he wants to immediately talk to the head of their group, and he knows his name.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
Governor all over again.
What is the right thing to do? I mean, here he won't stop walking. I'm like, if I had not even one gun, but two guns, and you know they know what they're doing, like, I wouldn't be like, hey, so anyways.
Right, that's telling me there's people in the tree line.
I wouldn't be.
It's a setup. There's a setup.
Yeah, like, I get trying to be, like, calm and casual, but I'd be like, okay, yeah, no problem, sure thing.
Now, are they cannibals, too?
You never know. And that's the hard part. And going back to the water, I mean, we'd all be tempted by it. I am happy that it rained right when they found it.
And you know
they were
what?
able to use the bottles to fill them back up.
It wasn't just for a practical reason. It was almost like, yes, we're having hope now. Because we're getting, you know, we're having rain just come on us.
Being cleansed.
You know, they've been walking for so long in the heat. And it's just so many things that you can think of that is a release. And, okay, we can keep going. This is, you know, this is sent from up above. Man, we're going to make it.
Heaven's opened up.
That's right. That's your true friend right there. Just nature and just staying together.
Yeah. I love that, having hope. Like, you gotta, I mean, with Sasha telling Noah before, like, he's like, I don't think I'm going to make it. And then she goes, well, you won't. And I'm like, you know, but if you do think like that, it's probably true. Like, you got to just keep pushing forward.
Negative.
And I like how, you know, everyone sadly is losing hope, but it is great to have hope to push forward. And we're seeing like miracles, you know, with the rain at that moment. They found the water and the tornado taking out all those walkers.
Because I was like, how did they get rid of them? Okay, the storm finished, and then, and what did they do? Now they're all resting. The doors look just fine.
And thank goodness the tree didn't go through this.
Yeah.
Big time. A lot of things could have happened. The friend could have come.
Yeah, the friend,
Hey, I'm right here.
I mean, the water was really close.
Yeah.
And I loved how when the walkers were coming to the barn and how the three people that were coping with, you know, mourning their loved one, how they all, three of them came up first to stop the walkers.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah,
It was like,
that was good.
okay,
That's
we
good.
have to do this. You know, we have to be
Oh,
together.
definitely,
We
yeah.
have to work together. And they did, everyone, right down to Carl. He had to, put his sister down to help because they
They
were
all
coming
had to
down.
be together.
They were
Mhm.
going to bring that wall down right away.
Yeah, and it was a very
Yeah.
intense scene,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a lot going on. I mean, you hear the walkers, and then you can just hear
Just
like the
louder and
thunder
louder.
over that.
Yeah.
And there was a heavy, like you could hear the whoosh.
Yes,
Oh,
like a
definitely.
train.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
so
it
that was a
say.
tornado going
That was,
through.
yeah.
So it was just all chaotic, but I love them all unified, just
Yeah.
putting their all into keeping this door closed. Like
Definitely.
that's what mattered. That's the only
That's
thing
right.
they could
It's
have
like
done.
metaphorically, they have to be together.
That's right.
And
They're
nature-
only gonna make it together.
And they
nature
laid
saved
Judith
them.
down on the ground too.
Yeah, that's what Kim
Yeah,
said, yep.
like that.
And for nature to save them like that, like
Yes.
so close to the barn. And that's what happens with like tornadoes, microbursts. Like
Oh, definitely.
it'll take one house completely down, nothing left,
That's right.
but the
And then
next
one
house
next
could be
house.
unscathed, and it's pretty
Definitely.
incredible.
And to
Very
see all
crazy.
those walkers like speared.
I know, it's like take all this walking
Skewered
out for
way
us.
up
Thank
high.
you, someone's watching over
That's
us.
gonna
That's
be fun to
good.
watch for
Oh,
Yeah.
boy, I tell you.
years to come.
And with
That movie
Rick's
Walking.
story, how did you feel about that when he called them all the Walking Dead?
I know.
Oh my
Well,
God.
it sparked Daryl's. It made him think of. It was thought provoking. He's like, no, we're not dead.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we're
not
We're-
them.
We're alive. We have to go
Right.
live,
But
go on.
It made him, like,
Right.
no, we're not going to give up. We're not,
Good.
That's
we're
good.
not dead.
That is good that you said
And Daryl
that,
was the one
yeah.
who was so. I mean, they all were very
Yeah,
like
it really
grieving
awakened
terribly. It was really sad for
Yes, they
Sasha
were.
every
Yeah.
one morning, but for him, he was so numb, and that surprised me when he came out and got defensive about that.
Yeah.
He goes, "No,
Yeah,
we're
it's
not
good.
that. We're not
Yeah.
that. We're not walkers. We're not dead."
That's right.
And I agree with Rick to a certain extent, but not to the point where they're the Walking Dead. Like it's a
Yes.
neat
That's right.
way to play with the title of the show, but
Yeah.
yeah, I love how Daryl spoke up and said, no, we're not that. So
That's
yes,
good.
they got to do what they got to do. I think that's a very good way to go about it, depending on what you mean by those words, but you have to find ways to survive. This is what we got right now until something else happens to show it could be better. But we're here to just survive. We got each other's back. Like, you got to stick with reality. You want to have hope. I would totally want to have hope. But if you constantly keep reaching for something that possibly isn't there, you're always going to be discouraged to the point where you're going to just give up.
That's true,
So
yeah.
you got to be like, okay, well, realistically, this is where we are now. We're going to make do with what we got, but we're going to keep moving forward.
Excuse me,
And
yes.
still have hope that there's something else. But even Rick was like, well, once we get to Washington, if something's not there, we'll make do. We'll figure it out. We'll adapt. So I do like that.
I do too, and I feel that Rick, when he was talking about his grandfather in the war, how he woke up every
Scary.
morning and said, rest in peace, and then he went on to war. It's almost like
I survived.
you're already giving up, but if I survive to the next morning, you're gonna continue that ritual
That's right.
Yeah.
until you get out of war.
Yes,
And he
they
made
did
it,
survive, yeah.
but I don't know. It almost seems like, all right, well, rest in peace, but okay, here I go again. It's almost like I made it. I survived
That's
another
right.
day.
Yeah.
Here I go again. Would
See,
be a better
now the
mentality, I
minister-
would think.
See, the minister thrown his collar in the fire.
The priest.
Yeah, I know.
The
Yeah.
minister, really.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I said priest, but it's minister.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know the difference.
Yeah. She gets defensive too. Okay, Mom. But it was really hurtful to him what Maggie said, but it was the truth, Like I totally agree with Maggie where she's like, you don't know them, you don't know Beth, you didn't know my dad, and here you're the worst. You're hiding behind a collar, pretending you're something you're not, because you killed a lot of people who followed you and
Your
respected
flock,
you,
yes.
and
Yeah.
your flock. You killed them all because you were scared, and you hid away and let them all die horrible deaths. So she's telling him, like, you have to earn that, and you did not earn that. That was evil what you did. So even though I feel really bad for him, that was an eye opener to
Yeah,
him,
that
and him
sure is.
throwing that in
Yeah,
the fire. Like,
definitely.
he'll have to redeem himself and start
Sure.
fresh.
Definitely.
So I
agree
felt
with
bad,
that,
but
yeah.
it's true. He killed a lot of innocent
Yeah, he
people
did.
because he was scared. He locked them out.
Right. And
Yeah,
her
yeah,
father was so religious, and he did live through the Bible, and he did practice what he preached. I mean,
Yes,
he
he
was
did.
first and foremost. I mean,
Rehearsal,
minus a limb, and just going forward and helping the sick. I mean,
I know, he
mean,
went right in, not
was
even worried for his own
amazing.
safety.
He had
Right.
no qualms about helping others
No,
right
yeah.
off the bat. And he wasn't a man of the cloth. He was very religious, but
That's right.
he was a veterinarian.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, you put
so
your
Maggie
skills to the
did
test.
have a right to say that to
That's right.
to him.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Right.
Yeah,
Boy.
it really, everything like you go through now, it's like you reset. And even Carol and Daryl, they always talk about how we're different people now.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
And it's like
Yeah.
everyone's so different. Everyone's really
Definitely.
not just grown up, but you just adapt and learn. You have no choice, and you become tough.
That's right.
Independent,
You
tough,
sure do.
independent to a certain extent. Like you want your family there because, like Glenn said, you either all of us are in or all of us aren't.
That's
and
right.
They're all going to
Yeah.
die. They need each other. So, anyways, very good episode. I
Yeah,
like
it's
everyone
very
working
good.
together.
Yes, definitely.
And it was like a slower episode, but it was a meaningful episode, and we really
definitely.
just got to mourn for Beth and see the grieving amongst
definitely.
all the members, how they handle
Yes.
things, and just everyday freaking life in the apocalypse.
Oh,
what can
yes,
happen?
Oh, I know it.
Surviving on basic necessities, the
That's
stuff you
for
really
sure,
need.
yes.
And what's with the frogs?
And they're belly up.
Yeah. Drought.
Don't know.
They're just
I know.
like,
And then the
thirsty.
dogs, that's got to be from the Friends group, I'm sure of it.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. I'm thinking.
Yeah, and then you make do with what you got, and you have to eat dog, and everyone's just mindlessly, not mindlessly, but just numb, looking forward, blankly just eating it. Like no one's enjoying it. They're all exhausted, but it's disturbing. It's a dog, but they
yes,
have to.
and they're all
they have to
thinking
do it.
that it's a domestic animal. Gosh, just
It's
a
disturbing,
couple
but you
years
have
ago,
to.
we had dogs in our
That's
houses.
right, yeah.
They're just thinking of their own scenario with
Yeah, and as
domesticated animal.
as bad as it sounds, at least they were nasty dogs that I think, because they were a wild pack, it looked like at that point, and they were snarling like they were hungry, and I'm like, at least they were being nasty, and it wasn't just a cute dog like, hi, I want to be your friend, I want to be your friend, I need to eat, because then that would be more messed up.
Right.
Then I would have a hard time, like I'd want to survive,
Yeah.
but at least they were
And
nasty.
and it was
kinda-
brilliant that they ate them. I didn't even think of that. You just don't even think of
It's
that
awesome.
because I'm not in survivor mode. But, yeah.
And I have to say, we do get comments with you, Kim, where people just love how you do think of other things to survive on, like when they go places and they're like, oh, what's in that car? Or you should go over there and check out and see if there's any supplies there. And they're like, well, Kim will be a survivor there, so she won't let anything go to waste, which is good. So now you'll be thinking of that. You'll be like, every time you see a dog, you're like, hey, how about you?
that's
You're
a
next.
good
Come
meal.
here, you. They have a hot dog. No, it's not the same. That's messed up. What? Anywho.
Or worms.
Yeah. Yeah, Daryl.
Anything.
Now, excuse me, I heard, I think this is true. I'm sure you guys will let us know. Thank you. That Norman Reedus, who plays Daryl, I think he actually did eat that worm. He
Oh,
wasn't
I was
supposed to,
wondering about
and
that.
he wanted it to be realistic. And someone did tell me that they were
Did they
surprised.
give him a bonus?
I hope so,
they
because
did
I was
that.
like,
That's
oh my
true. I
god.
would have gagged on
Hey, people
Yeah,
do
the
eat worms in certain,
Yeah.
I don't know what
Cultures?
areas, but I'm sure people I don't know, but they eat worms somewhere and it's
That's
natural.
right.
Literally.
Wow.
That's
That's going the extra mile.
you
For
get
sure,
extra
yes.
credit. Norman.
That's right.
Reedus for that. Yeah.
I'm getting a cavity
Eat
for that.
grasshoppers and everything, so what else?
I know,
Yeah,
like the
what the hell is
chocolate
that?
covered insects that you can get,
Yeah,
and
chocolate.
in college that was big, and we had a class where our teacher brought that in, and I was like, no. I know a lot of people do.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I can try a lot of
Well,
other things,
good
but
for
not
you,
that.
Daryl.
I'm terrible.
right.
I would die. I would not survive.
I
Covered in
would've gagged
chocolate?
that up.
No. So I'm dying.
To each their own.
I'll eat leaves and just get
That's
sick.
right.
Dirt.
You never know.
Never know. So until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe,
Yes, thank
and
you.
we'll see you very soon, as
God.
always. Bye, guys.
Bye.